Hello and welcome to Sincerely Elvis Presley. I'm Sean. If you're new to the channel, thanks for tuning in. And if you're not, thanks for returning. I appreciate it. Well, here we are, another weekend, another vinyl haul. This is going to be the last for quite a while now because, well, basically I can't afford to keep doing it week in, week out. But so many of you in the comments commented last time how great the shop I visited in King's Lynn in Norfolk seemed to be, that I thought to myself, you know, they're right. I need to go back, especially because Tony is planning on retiring, and I don't know when that'll be, but I kind of thought, well, while stuff's half price, I'd be crazy not to go back and kind of fill my boots. But yeah, this is going to be the last of these big hauls for a while now. Probably the next one, there's a record fair in October, so I think that might well be my next one of a big stash coming in. But without further ado, let me show you what I picked up. I have to say I didn't quite get the bargains that I got last time, because I think I averaged at about £5 a piece last time. This time I've averaged at about £10 a piece because some of the things that I picked up were a little bit more expensive. But let me show you what I got. Everything was the things that were on my list that I wanted to add to the collection. So first we have our Memories of Elvis. This is an original press 1979. There you go. Not bad condition, this one. I always tend to find some of these later, I love the fact it's got a W.H. Smith record inner sleeve. Obviously not its original, but quite nostalgic for those of us that remember these, so I'm going to keep it in that. Yeah, I often find these ones, the later British pressings that have the non-laminate covers, tend to wear quite easily, so you struggle to get pristine copies, certainly for the sort of money I'm paying. But yeah, never had this one at the time actually, so quite pleased to get that. And as an accompaniment, as a companion to it, I got our Memories of Elvis Volume 2. Again, not bad condition at all. What are we talking here? 17, sleeve 79. So this is, I imagine, the same label. The blue one, again, it's not original inner sleeve in there, but I'm not particularly precious about those ones for these. And then I picked up Elvis in Demand. Remember having this at the time, shortly after it came out. The album that was voted for, tracks were voted for by the official Elvis Presley fan club of Great Britain. So yeah, I remember getting this for a present at the time, whether it was a birthday, Christmas, not quite sure. So mine never had the original hype sticker on it actually, so quite nice to find it. Hello, someone's going by on a bike. Quite nice to find it with the hype sticker on, but you can see what I mean there. It's the ring wear on these in the sort of late 70s UK ones. You tend to see this a lot, but it could be sort of price range I'm looking in that I don't find pristine copies, but that's good enough for me. That's fine. You know, as far as I'm concerned, if the vinyl's in good condition and we've got no writing on the sleeve, no tears, no splits, I'm happy enough with that, you know, just to replace what I had way back. So this one is on Orange Victor label. Elvis in Demand, 77 I believe. Yep, 77, Elvis in Demand. Let me go back a little bit. So I got myself a original UK press of Girls, Girls, Girls. Now this one, I've got nearly all the UK soundtracks original pressings now. This one, it seems to be quite hard. The front of this one looks fairly nice and white. It's quite yellowed on the back, and I found most of them that I find of this particular title do tend to be quite yellowed on the back. I'm not sure why that is compared to some of the others. Again, it could be the price range I'm looking in. Maybe if I was talking the £30–40 mark, you know, I'd probably get a pristine one, but I'm not. As I said, these average at £10. So this comes with small silver spot, which I believe is a 1963 original. It was close to as you can get, or as I can get, for the price I'm paying. Okay, so Elvis Gold Records, Volume 3. Not a bad copy, a little bit of yellowing on the back, but not too bad at all. And this one is on red spot. Vinyl's not too bad on any of these. That particular shop does seem to have some pretty decent quality vinyl. Then I have, this is a 71 press of How Great Thou Art, but it's still in its original RD 7867 sleeve with the white outer, so that would have been the original sleeve from 67. But yeah, this is a 71 press because it is on orange label, not the original inner sleeve, I suspect. Then I got, what year is this one? 72 reissue of Elvis for Everyone. I don't know what it was about this particular album, but for some reason RCA in the UK decided that no, definitely not going to have the same cover as the States, because originally it had the picture from Girl Happy, the Girl Happy sessions of Elvis standing up with his guitar, whereas the US one had him with the cash register and the titles going down it. And then when they reissued it in 72, they were obviously still going, nope, we're going to have a different cover. So we got a 68 special shot. So quite pleased to have that one, because I've got the original UK press and now I've got the repress. And as I said before, I love my laminate covers. So this is a orange label, glossy orange label. Yeah. So yeah, Elvis for Everyone. Now I finally got a copy of That's the Way It Is, and when I say finally, I mean it's been a bit of a journey this time around, because I have a pristine copy of that, but it's in a frame on my wall of this particular album. And the strange thing, well, not strange thing, but I tend to film my videos a few weeks in advance to give myself a buffer in case anything happens and for some reason I can't film, and then I wouldn't be able to sort of put them out regularly. So I give myself a buffer of about 4 or 5 weeks or so. So in a few weeks' time, you'll see my 1970, one of my 1970 episodes where I say, I'm gonna need to get myself an original press of That's the Way It Is at some point. Well, yeah, I've travelled back in time and I've got it. So yeah, there we go. Orange label. That's the way it is. It's not quite as clean as I would have liked, but I think working out half price on this one, I think it was about £7, £7.50. So for that, I think it's quite nice. There's a bit of discoloration along the top and bottom, but £7.50 for that one I didn't think was too bad at all. Then we have a 73 press of Elvis, or the full album as it came to be known. So what we've got here is the sleeve says made in England, but the actual record is an orange label Dynaflex. So I think what this is, I checked out Paul Alner's book on this, and I think what this is a Canadian pressing from 73 that was housed in an English pressed sleeve, English produced sleeve. That's what I think this is. If anyone knows any different, please do let me know in the comments, but that's what I think I've got here. Canadian pressing in a UK sleeve, which I think was a standard issue. So yeah, full album, glad to get that. Then I got an original press of Aloha from Hawaii, and this comes with, and this is something I wanted to make sure it had because I had it at the time, the the original paper insert that came with it. And you see that goes, I don't know if that's got a date on it, but yeah, that's the original insert that came with the album. And this is an original 73 copy on the orange label. So Aloha. And then I got recorded live on stage in Memphis, 1974, original press. Pretty nice condition, this one. And this is on your standard orange Victor label. And then I was pleased to get this in. This is Hits of the 70s. And this is laminated both sides. So I'm quite pleased to find a laminated copy of that. And that is on your orange Victor. Hits of the 70s. And then last but not least in today's little haul from King's Lynn, Elvis in concert. Little bit of a nick there, but nothing too serious. Not in bad nick really. I mean, I think this one, with the, you know, working this one, it's on the orange label as well, because I think quite a lot of them had the blue with the orange, yeah, red and orange Elvis signature on. But yeah, the price of that one I think worked out about £9 for Elvis in concert. So there we have Elvis in concert, Hits of the 70s, recorded on stage in Memphis, Aloha from Hawaii, Fool, That's the Way It Is, Elvis for Everyone, How Great Thou Art, Golden Records Volume 3, Girls, 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 Elvis in Demand, Our Memories of Elvis 2, and Our Memories of Elvis. So 13 albums, £120. So a little less than £10 each. So as I said, not quite the bargain that I got last time around, but I still think that's pretty good. I think you'd struggle even if you found them at that kind of price on eBay. Once you factored in shipping, that'd push it way up. So yeah, I'm happy with that. You know, what we're talking about, £9.50, something like that a piece. I think that's really good. So yeah, pleased with my little haul. I think probably the reason that I didn't get quite the high caliber of things I got last time is because I'd already got them. I'd already cleaned out the ones I really wanted. But definitely well worth a visit today. But as I say, it's going to be my last one, last haul of that kind for a while. But as is usual with my haul videos, I do like to sort of then you know, lump in some of the things that I've been picking up recently. So what I've been going for in recent times is the later Sony releases from, I think we're talking about 2016, 17, something like that onwards. So the albums that they've been bringing out, but my criteria for those is got to be, the hype sticker's got to be intact. So that's set myself an extra challenge, because that's been a little bit tricky. But let me just share these with you, because this is what I've been picking up as well, and I like to show some of the things that have been coming through the door. So the first of them is this one. Now, I'm not entirely sure this had a hype sticker in the UK. I know it did in the US, and if anyone knows any different, please let me know in the comments. But I haven't been able to track this particular title down with a hype, so I've settled for it as is. And I've got to be honest, I'm not a fan of this album at all. I think the fact that Priscilla is down as, what's she down as executive producer, and said that, you know, she was one of the major forces behind it. Shows that she doesn't really know what she's talking about, because the concept's fine in my mind. Elvis with an orchestra behind him. Let's face it, he used an orchestra live throughout the 70s. But I think where it falls down is the tracks that they choose are too disparate. And let's face it, Elvis's voice changed over time. So there's no sense of cohesion to this. It doesn't feel like, you know, I think she was trying to say, well, this is the album Elvis always wanted to record. But it doesn't sound like an album. It feels like a sort of hodgepodge best of with an orchestra behind it. There are some good tracks, and the grass won't pay no mind is one of my favourites. I think that works quite well. But I think there's some strange choices. I mean, there's a couple of tracks with Dwayne Eddy twanging away on it that sounds awful. It's incongruous and awful as far as I'm concerned. Duet with Michael Bublé, no, not needed. Please don't. If I was going to have done this, I'd have probably just chosen material from one session, so maybe the Nashville Marathon, and used tracks from there and make it sound like a cohesive album. I think that would have worked a lot better. So anyway, that's a rambling way of explaining why I've got an album that I don't really like, and there's the reason. Look at that cover. Look at that rear cover. Look at that inner cover. If that isn't one of the coolest Elvis albums ever in terms of covers, I don't know what is. I think it's stunning, and I just had to have it. So although I'm not a great fan of the music contained in itself, I think it's a little bit soulless. You know, there's been better reworkings of Elvis material. I just think the cover is worth the price of admission alone on that. So there's that one, and I'll just whip you through what I've got. So we have King in the Ring, Record Store Day, red vinyl edition. These are all in sleeves, so they're going to glare a bit, and I apologise for that. But if I hold it there, okay. So there's your limited numbered. I've got a massive high number, I think, that we got. 7565, so yeah, not that limited, but the red vinyl, nice to have that with the hype. American Sounds 1969 highlights with the hype, Record Store Day. Got Live at the International, August 26, 1969. Hype still intact. Another Live at the International, August the 23rd, 1969. This is the Record Store Day version. Fantastic cover, just amazing. So these, I'm just whipping through these, which is why they're still in the plastic sleeves, and I'm not showing you the inners or anything. If anyone hasn't seen them and does particularly want to, let me know, and I'm more than happy to show them. So I got a version of Elvis in Nashville with the hype sticker, because the version I had previously doesn't have it, and that's the version I'll be showing in the 1970 episode in a few weeks' time. So hence the comment about being in a time warp, because yeah, I didn't have this when I shot that video. We have Back in Nashville with the hype. Burning Love, the RCA rehearsals, Record Store Day released with the hype. And last but not least, Elvis Live 72. Oh, I can't get any of that without a glare, I'm afraid. Hype still intact. So yeah, pleased to have sort of basically completed those. Oh, I got the Aloha re-release with the hype as well. That's down there somewhere. So yeah, quite a nice little bunch there. yeah, that's it for me today. Thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Keep your eyes out in the next week or so, because I have got a world exclusive, and yes, you heard right, a world exclusive Elvis book review coming up, so keep an eye out for that. I will see you tomorrow for the final part of the 1969 series. Until then, take care. Ta-da.